All right, everybody, back with another Fair Shake review. This time we're going to be talking about JoJo's Good to Know. Now, I've been looking forward to this project for quite some time. And so, listened to it last night, listened to it this morning, listened to it this afternoon, and I was like, yo, this mug is good. Yeah, so JoJo came back in her usual fashion, doing this nice blend of R&B and pop. It does lean a bit more on the R&B side, which is the side I like, so that makes me happy. Yeah, on here she's really going deep into kind of her sensuality and the issues it has kind of brought her a bit as well. Like even starting off with Bad Habits, you get to hear that she's kind of become indulgent with some of her vices, because she's talking about getting involved with drugs, alcohol, and sex, and just kind of trying to escape through it, with the bit of the depression that she's kind of had. And so that intro really sets up So Bad really nicely, especially since it even goes into it instrumentally, and So Bad is just really her being like the person that you would hope you wouldn't end up, well, any female wouldn't want to end up being, the one who is, the other woman and proud of it, and it's just like, hey, how does she even know that I know all these things about you that she doesn't, and why do you say that you love her if you need me so bad, if you want me so bad? And man, it's just like, ooh, you going there, JoJo? Goodness, like, wow. And then Pedialyte, another kind of moodier like R&B track, just kind of goes into a bit of her alcoholism that she had, and how she would try to escape through it and get to a point where where a lot of people who have troubles with alcohol end up going is like, I'm never gonna drink again, but I'm gonna end up saying this again later, and I'm just gonna continue to like realize, oh snap, I said I wasn't going to drink a whole lot tonight, but guess what, now it's 3 and I definitely drank a lot tonight, and I don't know what, no, not 3, it was 5. It's like, now it's 5, and what happened tonight? So yeah, like she really like puts it like kind of all out there on the table, going into these different areas of life that she had. But then Gold really, oh my goodness, this song is so sexy. Just kind of really valuing the sex that she's had with this partner, and how great it is. Don't you know that your loving is so that your loving is gold? It's something that's so precious. It's great and amazing, and it's something that any guy would love to hear from the ladies. It's like, hey, is that good, really? Is it? Ooh, you mean I want to eat out well, and you do the same to me? Oh, that's nice. I like that. But then Man comes in, and it really gets into a whole other mood that she kind of struggles with, and it's just like, yo, I know I'm just kind of being young and free and trying to find where I can fit in. Am I trying to be independent? Am I trying to be with a guy? What is it? And it's just like, dang, I'm gonna, if I really do even try to settle down, I'm gonna need someone who could really hold me down. I'm really gonna need a man, not a boy. And that this single is a really nice one, that I quite enjoy. But then Small Things, oh, this one, the Small Things, and kind of like a couple of the songs from here to about Think About You, like Small Things, Lonely Hearts a tiny bit, and Think About You. Both those ones I feel get more, can lean itself a little bit more pop than pop R&B than like the darker, moodier R&B. So kind of like I kind of labeled the sound of it more akin to kind of like a Tori Kelly from like Unbreakable Smile, like that kind of, like, it's like, this is somewhere between R&B and pop, but the topics themselves are like exclusively JoJo, because I would never be able to like, I can never imagine Tori dealing with some of these topics the way that JoJo does. But yeah, Small Things is a really good track, which just really kind of dives deep into how she, with a person that she has been with and broken off with, how she's gotten to a point where she feels like she has almost been able to forget about him, but it's just like small things that always remind her of him and the experiences they've had, especially in the city that they're in, and how it hurts that eventually gets to the point that it kind of hurts her to think that the woman that he's with now will eventually have those same memories and experiences around the city that she had, and she kind of gets to experience it. That new woman gets to experience it with the man now instead, while JoJo is only left with the memory of it, and that it like, you can hear the hurt and the pain and the struggle with that in that song. It's really nice. Then Lonely Hearts, it's just like where it seems like you're fighting, you're trying to kind of, it seems like it's like that, trying to convince yourself, like, the way that things happen with me in relationships, it just, for some reason, it just just doesn't work out. Maybe it's best to kind of be alone, to kind of focus on myself, because Lonely Hearts, they don't break. So there's no one else there to break it. So I just gotta focus on maybe trying to be on my own. Maybe that's the best thing for me, because these relationship things just don't work out and they end up hurting me. And it's, I love it. Like out of the singles that ended up on the project, Lonely Hearts is my favorite out of the two, because Man and Lonely Hearts were singles from this. I thought Sabotage and Joanna were going to be part of this project, but they didn't. But that's okay. You're still able to buy them and everything, so you can still have them in your catalog. So that's what I did. But yeah, so out of the two singles, Man and Lonely Hearts, I'd say Lonely Hearts is the one that I vibe with the most. Then Think About You, really, it kind of gets into another issue that you might have when you've had such a strong connection with someone, that it's just like hard to break, hard to forget about. And so it's just like, her really getting into the topic of, I'm trying to forget about you. I really am trying, and friends just saying you just need to get over somebody else. You got to get under someone else. That old phrase. But she's like, that I already know deep down, that even if I was gonna try and do that, no matter what, I'm always just gonna think of you. So even if I'm with that person, I'm gonna be thinking about my ex. And that's a tough emotion to kind of tackle, and you can also hear that struggle in that song as well. So it's just like it's she did, like, the songwriting in this is like really good, because you could really hear that true authentic attachment to the words and the performance as well. Then it gets to come back with Tory Lanez with 30 Rock on production, and I have to say it since he's a credited feature, but yeah, Comeback, man. it almost kind of threw me for a loop. Like, I was like, oh snap! All right, cool beans. So this is her going back to that ex that she really shouldn't be with, but because the sex is just so good, she's like so happy about it. It's like, yes, this is what I was missing. Missing this intimacy, this carnal, this carnal lustful feeling, and she is unabashedly talking about just how pleasurable it is, and then Tory Lanez gets on there, which I was like, oh snap, Tory Lanez? For real? Okay. So he gets in there, he's talking that junk like, yo, what I'm gonna do to you, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Oh wait, I already did that stuff, but we gonna do it again here in the kitchen, in the living room, we gonna do it there. And then he had went kind of like, to me, what Goldlink did in Like I Do from Christina Aguilera's project, where he just straight up like makes it personal to the artist. It's like, he's like, JoJo, I would have messed that thing up. I'm gonna mess that thing up. Just like Goldlink was like, Goldlink in Christina's song, he's just like, I've always thought you were hot from when I was young and I was growing up around you. And even Christina kind of goes into the, you were raised in all my glory. So, they make it obvious that it's like, oh, it's an artist to artist thing. So Tory goes the artist to artist route, but I feel the one part that I feel probably isn't going to age well with this particular song, though, is when he has to bring race into it, and he's just like, I've been messing these white girls up. I'm gonna give you this. You just gonna make this makes the white girls go crazy, and then I'm just like, I didn't think he needed to bring it there. I don't feel that's gonna age well. It's just like, in the future, people aren't gonna necessarily think about it in a black and white kind of way, as we continue to slowly be more accepting with interracial relationships. Like, even now, I feel like there's so much interracial relationships, especially in kind of the music industry. There's a lot of interracial relationships in general, that I feel like him bringing that up is kind of unnecessary. But hey, it's his prerogative. Either way, the song is like, it's pretty nice outside of that one bit in there. Then Don't Talk Me Down. Oh, this one is so nice. It really, uh, it's mainly voice, uh, piano, strings, and then like a sub bass. That's about it. And and it's just like having it kind of stripped down to those main instruments. No real drums, no crazy hi hats or anything. It really shows that vulnerability, that stripped down feeling where it's just down to the singer and her emotions and just the small bit of instrumentation like enhancing those feelings and the performance of the vocals. Cause man, in this song she kind of goes off. She goes off. But yeah, just that internal struggle, and honesty in this song is what draws me to it, and it's what makes it like definitely one of my favorite tracks on the project. Like it makes it one of the strongest runners of favorite tracks because Gold is up there for me too. Um, but yeah, Don't Talk Me Down. She's just kind of it's her like trying to make the right decision to end the kind of like that toxic relationship that's just based on lust, not love, and how they continue to get back together and convince, and how the guy is so eager to continue it because of what he can get out of it on the carnal side of things. It's like, fortunately, guys can just be thinking downstairs and that's it. And it seems like that's all the guy is probably thinking in this relationship. Is like, thing. It may not be the right relationship, but hey, if we get off, we get off, and that's all that matters. And she's just like, yeah, I like that, but the right thing to do is to end this. And like you just hear that struggle throughout the whole thing, and then the way it just ends is just like, don't try and talk me down, just don't. And then it just changes to don't lay me down, don't lay me down, because then I'll take you back. Like that struggle and that honesty to end with that is just it made me go, JoJo, please don't do it, girl, don't do it, stay strong, make the right move. But yeah, that jump, that song was good. Like it really captured that feeling, that standpoint, that moment really well. And then it ends with Proud. Proud is kind of like trying to make that turnaround moment where she tries to get that and ends up getting some encouragement. I'm not sure if it was from a friend, her mother, I don't know who it is, but they got like this kind of voice message or recorded speech kind of from a helping hand, just saying, hey, stop living in the past, live for the present, enjoy it, and hope for the best in the future by doing the best you can now, and trying to put your trust in the higher power that's within you. And how I feel like pretty much all this whole album kind of like dealing with a lot of emotions that she did have in the past and with her struggles, and like reading a couple interviews, seeing how she's dealt with depression, and how she even like a lot of this is inspired by a true life situation where she cheated on her ex, and how she's taken the time to recalibrate, really try and focus on herself, since she's always I guess went from relationship to relationship. She's just really tried to focus on making her the best her that she can be. And so how the changes that she has made to make her a better person in the present is what she's focusing on, and how that good that she's gotten to has made her proud of herself. And that's kind of really what that whole song is about. And she kind of focuses even on the encouragement given from a friend to focus on what was good, even if she has little moments where she may slip up. She doesn't dwell on that. She tries to focus on the good things that she's doing, and that's what makes her proud. And it just makes a very good listen. And so this project, man, is just amazing. This is her first project under her own imprint through partnership through Warner. She's gone through so many different label issues, to finally see it's okay, she's in a good spot. She gets to really control her own work. So to see where she is now and to be able to release a project like this that is just so authentically her, I think is a fantastic start to see what she'll do on her Clover Music imprint. So yeah. So once again, I'd say to some good comparisons, I would say another kind of Kehlani on the more darker R&B kind of sound, less of the throwback feel, but more of her moody tracks, and then with fantastic vocals, because everyone should know that JoJo has a very strong, powerful, soulful voice that she's had since she started way back in her teens. And she's, yeah, just check it out. It's so good. Oh, it's so good. It's even kind of like a lot of moody or kind of R&B, kind of like Sabrina Claudio, I believe, as well. But the vocals just on that Christina, Tori Kelly kind of level. Cause she be blowing. She be blowing, bro. But yeah. Subject matter wise, it's way more on the Kehlani, a little bit of Sabrina, kind of maybe even Tiana Taylor, kind of around those realms subject matter wise. Yeah. But yeah, this Good to Know project is something that would be good to know and have in your discography if you dig some moody R&B, bro. But that's my thoughts. Let me know what you guys' thoughts are down below. Yeah, that's it. Until next time, much love, peace. Peace.